Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and I'm here to do another Pisces reading for you today. We have the King of Swords on the table. Now let me paint you a picture of who the King of Swords is. He's somebody who's very logical. He's somebody who's very assertive. He's got a lot of authority, and he's very objective in the way that he thinks. He likes to believe that he can cut to the truth of the matter no matter what happens. And his determination is so intense that it blinds sometimes. He can't see anywhere beyond. And this, my beautiful Pisces, is where some of the obstacles lie. This beautiful king can also be a little bit emotionally distant, which means that the heart chakra is probably not working quite in line with the rest of this energy. Now, if we're in the agreement that love and joy and everything about it opens up your energies and your vibrations to the very best in life, somebody who doesn't use them quite as much can be quite limiting what they're being able to bring in. So we're going to look at this energy a little further right now. I'm going to put our king over here, and I'm going to pull a card. It is natural for my body to be well. You do not have to think specific positive thoughts about your body, but you have to not think specific negative thoughts. If you could never again think about your body, and instead just think pleasant thoughts, your body would reclaim its natural place of wellness. I would also apply this to some of you if you have been thinking negative or limiting thoughts. It can also block body. It's been known to block the glands of your throat. This is when you can feel a restriction. You can feel pressure. You can have swelling. So there's a lot that applies that when you are not letting the flow of energies go through your body, that you can be having some distressing side effects to all of this. Now, beyond checking with your doctor, which I would, if they can't actually find anything, I find that it's probably an energy blockage. It has to do with something that's out of balance within you. And it's always a good thing, and it's never harmful to try to find those things and try to work with the energy to see if unblocking them will actually relieve the symptoms. Because sometimes it does. It really does. Let's try another. Alright. Another pink-colored, pink-purple. Success is about the joy I feel. When you are genuinely thrilled by someone else's success, that means you are right on track of your own. Success is not about getting it done. The measure of success in life is not the attainment of the money or the stuff. The measure of success is absolutely the amount of joy you feel and loving what you do. Loving what you do helps greatly. I feel that it gives you that faith and that extra push in believing that things can get better and life will serve you well, and that your heart is fulfilled by doing what you do. If you can feel that joy and feel that elevation, you've got it a lot. You've got a lot of it figured out. See, again, to bring us back to the king. The king is very good with the mind, but again, not too much of the joy. So we're trying to reinfuse the joy into everyday life to help with your physical well-being and your mental and spiritual well-being as well. Everything kind of falls into place. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Princess of Cups. Tap into your dreamer, Pisces. The Princess of Cups is the Page of Cups. She is the one that we relate to, the dreamer. The tenderness, friendships, the gentleness of soul, your psychic ability, your inner child, your sensitive one, your spiritual one. Okay? Get fresh insight to put some life into this king. Because this king is a little bit, a little too cut and dry. And there's much more than the mind working to make things happen for you. The Wheel of Fortune. What I heard right away is that most likely you won't be able to really shift. You won't be able to shift until you can get this cleared up and figured out. The 10 is, the Wheel of Fortune is always about things moving in a positive direction. It's like the next part of your journey, the next part of you moving forward. Okay? So this is your fate. Your fate is to get this in alignment. Look at the past for example, wisdom, knowledge, an intensive education of all sorts of things in your life that help you move forward. But now you need to move forward again, but in a different sense, in a different way. You need to tap in to a different energy. And that will get this wheel rolling again. And if you notice, the beautiful colors are flowing into this one. You can almost connect them. You can almost, the blue connecting into this blue, getting the wheel going. The beautiful dreamer, getting the Wheel of Fortune, spinning again in the right direction. Knight of Cups. This card, as soon as it came out, I thought to myself, oh, I'm afraid that if I open up these floodgates of emotion, if you've been like really, really more of a King of Swords in your life, like you've shut down your heart because, you know, it's safer that way. You're protecting it. You may be feeling like when you open that up to this energy, the Knight of Cups is going to come in and put you in danger of getting hurt again, of feeling that pain in your heart. That's, it's very scary. It's very scary to have like an emotional high and low always coming in, feeling very vulnerable to this kind of energy. But trust yourself. Trust yourself to know that it'll make you feel a lot better. It'll to rebalance out of this back into a little more emotion. Not like this. The Page of Cups. The Princess of Cups. Not the Knight of Cups, okay? You're going to let in a balancing that's going to actually revitalize you in a better way. Don't expect the worst from each side. Try to stay away from the extremes. The extremes are, some of them can be fun for a time, but they're almost always bringing in some kind of deconstruction that will likely happen in the long run. You're going to bring in towers, if you know what I mean. The King of Cups. It's in reverse. So what the King of Cups is actually what you will be bringing in with this. To be a calm in the storm, but still have a heart about you. The fact that it's in reverse, I feel that it's the big heart of the King of Cups. Again, it's this card again. It's explaining to me your anxiety of opening back up to love, opening back up to that heart chakra, opening. It's weird to say, but it almost feels like you're saying, well, if I open it up, it's like letting the criminals in, right? Anybody can walk in and steal my heart and hurt my heart and cause damage. What you're not trusting is yourself. So you have to do the work there, Pisces. You have to trust yourself. Trust your ability to keep yourself safe. Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Too many variables. Again, in reverse. It's so weird that they're all coming in reverse, but I feel that you're thinking there's too many variables that are going to come in, and then I won't know which ones to choose. And in reverse is kind of Spirit telling you you will know. You will be able to tell what's good and what's bad. You will be able to tell the difference between the snakes and the hearts. The ones who are going to be loyal and truthful. You have a lot of experience in this. The fact that you are scared of it means that you've already gone through it. You know it exists. Nobody's asking you to throw caution to the wind, but they are asking you to take the lead in your life. And not lead with fear or closing yourself off to things that are being offered to you. To instead open yourself up to things that are being offered to you. To take the lead. To know that your experience is going to serve you well. And be decisive. And be courageous. And trust your gut feeling. Trust. Love the diversity and the new challenges that are going to be presented to you, Pisces. You have the Justice card, but it came in reverse. I feel like you may be saying, but Jane, things are not always equal. Things are not always fair. And yes, that may be so. That may be so. But even justice isn't equal. You need to find your Six of Pentacles, not the Justice card. Not the one that is perfectly balanced. Because as I've mentioned before, perfectly balanced doesn't mean equal parts, doesn't mean perfectly balanced. Equal parts is the same of two things that weigh out equally, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean balance. Okay? So instead of refusing to take the decisions that come with the Justice card, it's time for you to go out there and make your own balanced system. Okay? Because right now you're out of balance too. You're out of balance. With this in reverse, you're out of balance. You're using too much of the brain, not enough of the rest of your energies. the World card. If you want to go from the wheel to the world, which are the two different spaces, you have the world and then you have the wheel, you have the wheel, and then the last card of the major arcana is the world. In order for you to get to the end of that old phase, to begin a new phase, to begin again, you need to integrate everything. It's an integration. It's even, look at that, it even looks like one of those DNA things. It's time for you to bring this in all together, make sense of it, make it balance out, okay? Because you're not balanced, you're not equal either, okay? This card is also about not being personally balanced. Even though it may look like it's in equal sides, it's throwing you right out of whack. I'm going to take a few charms, because we didn't do that this morning. Okay. I'm going to turn them around. Starfish, again. We've been getting a lot of those this week. The whale tail. M or W, V, and Z or N. We have a heart that's protected. Two hearts. A mask. Okay. So let's see here. Two whale tails, actually. Amazing. Okay. Okay, let's see. And we have the arrow. And what is this, Pisces? This is a squirrel. Okay. So let's see what I'm getting from all of these. Okay. So that is part of an anchor. The one that's tied to you. The other part of the anchor, that's a broken anchor that that came in the charms, and the two parts were broken. And I decided to throw it in the charms because I knew this would come out a lot. But this is the part of the anchor that's tied to you, that you didn't leave in the bottom of the ocean. And I feel that represents him very, very much. The starfish. The one who's just floating along with the status quo. You're a starfish, not a fish who is actually using their tail fins to go. To do. You're a fish without the tail, and that's what you have here, two tails. Okay? One is blue for me, indicating that the blue is the air energy. So you're leading with the tail fin of the blue, which is the one that is of the mind. This one is of the green, which is part of the heart. So you need to switch these up, and you need to get your starfish going. You see this heart? This heart has all these little ridges across it. Do you see that? Right. It's protection. I feel like they're saying like chain mail over your heart. And there's a mask here indicating that, where was it? Did I see it? Was there a Two of Swords here? Or was that earlier? That was earlier. Right. So there's a delay. There's a delay because of this not being able to move past this. Okay? You've blocked your emotions. The Two is about blocking emotions. Again, the King bringing in that, the arrow of certainty. There's something they're telling me. It says, only fools are you certain. Only fools are certain. And then somebody says, are you certain? And they say yes. So it's like saying your mind is certain that you are correct, but only fools think that they're correct or certain. And you understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm saying it so badly, but you do understand. Okay. So these might be, again, I thought this was an A, but it's a V. I thought this might have been a W, but it could be an N, and the N here could be a Z. So there's different ways of looking at everything. If I put it this and thinking it's an A, it would say not applicable, an A. But it isn't an A. In fact, it is a V. VW. That could be a VW van. Hey, who knows? Yeah. It's funny I should say that because my mother loved VW vans. I sent her one as a gift. She always said that she wanted to transform one and take it out. So let's see here. We also have the squirrel. The squirrel is very focused on gathering nuts. And I know this is going to sound funny, but that's what's coming in. And they're focused so much on this that they don't do anything else for the longest period of time. And I feel with the King of Swords, that's what you've been doing. You've been focusing on the brain for such a long time that you don't see anything else. And there's beauty all around you. This heart, let me see. I'm just going to take a let's take a closer look at this heart. What is it doing? It's growing. It feels like there's a plant inside there. Like there's room to grow, and there's room to be bigger and more beautiful. Let me see. That's exactly what it feels like. Okay, so these these letters are not really doing anything for me, but they may be significant to you. So if they are, that's then that would be a message for you today. Okay? All right, my beautiful ones. That's it for me. That is this reading is done. And of course, they're timeless. Thank you for all your support, all your donations, everything you do. I have a plethora of things in the description box, so why don't you go check that out. I have other channels. I have everything. So I thank you again, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm sending you love, light, and blessings. Take care.